in the presence of microphones before. What the hell am I going to do now? After this, I'm a stand-up comedian after all this has been happening, this is craziness. Now you're going to listen to me anyway. Let's just get this over with, man. My name is Jimmy Sorrentino, as you heard, Sorrentino, that's right. I hate being named Jimmy, because when you're named Jimmy, you are born into a world of disinterest. And I know no matter what I do, no matter how hard I work, you know, I'm never going to impress you. Like, I could work my ass off saying, like, I don't know, cracking corn. You people aren't even going to care. There's songs about it. So it's hard to even get up the courage to do anything. But I'll just tell you a little bit more about myself. Let's get this going. So I really like nature shows. I'm really into Life right now on the Discovery Channel. It's pretty cool. And yeah, and we were watching, me and my friends, and there's like this part where the crocodiles like open their mouths and these birds land in their mouths and they clean their teeth. And my friends were like, wow, it's so crazy the crocodiles don't eat those birds. I was like, is it really that weird? I mean, I've never eaten my dentist. Like, have you? Probably not. And like, you could. I mean, they're leaning over you, your mouth is open, their neck is exposed. It would be an easy kill. But it's like you and your dentist have a similar agreement that the crocodiles and the birds have. It's like, clean my teeth and I won't eat you. It's a pretty good deal. Maybe that would work, man. Maybe the next time like a bear or a cougar is trying to attack you, because that happens often, right? Maybe the next time that happens, just offer to brush their teeth, and they won't eat you. Maybe that's all it is. I don't know. Kindness goes a long way. You know what you're supposed to do if you get attacked by a cougar or a bear? I saw this on TV too. I was watching this TV show like I Survived. You're supposed to like make yourself big. They tell you you gotta stand up on like a tree stump or a log, and you gotta puff your chest out, and you gotta raise your arms, you gotta make noise, you gotta be like, So one time I was camping with my dad, and we were fishing, and we were on this fishing trail to get to this lake in the backwoods, and this bear is right on the front of the trail, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, it's alright, Dad, I saw this TV show, check this out. And, you know, and I was like, puff up, puff up. Turns out the bear had seen the same TV show. He gets on a bigger log, and he's like, and so now I'm running away, and I look like a jackass because I didn't know bears got cable. Lame situation. Speaking about bears, man, there was another thing on Life. There was this thing like, if a bear cracks into a beehive and they steal some of the honeycomb, the bees, they don't try to save their babies. They don't rescue their larvae. They just rescue as much honey as they can so they've got food when they start a new hive somewhere else. Like, what if humans did this? Somebody breaks into your house and starts stealing your fine china, and your wife's like, honey, grab the kids, we gotta get out of here. You're like, fuck the kids, grab the SpaghettiOs, we gotta go! There's no time! Because we'll make new babies! Save the robin! Save the robin! Thank you so much for laughing. This is awesome. You know, like, every one of these jokes is brand new tonight. I've been doing comedy professionally for 3 years, and these are all brand new jokes, so I'm really glad. Like, and I haven't, you know, so I'm glad that I was offered the show. I was able to take advantage of the opportunity, because taking advantage of opportunities hasn't been my strong suit in life. Like, I missed out on some big ones. When I was a senior in high school, I was down in Portland, and me and my buddy were walking around downtown Portland. We had this guy from the adult film industry approach us. And he's like, hey, have you guys ever considered doing J.O. videos? And for those of you that don't know, that would be a jack-off video. There was no invitation to do Blumbos, though. We didn't get that. But it's like, have you guys ever thought about doing J.O. videos? And I was like, I wouldn't want to watch me jacking off. Like, I mean, like, I caught myself in the mirror once, and I was like, oh. I don't want to finish now. But I guess there must be a market for for it because this guy was willing to pay us $200 a pop, no pun intended. And so, of course, you know, we were like, no, man, that's kind of weird. I'm sorry, I don't want to do that. But I was 18 at the time, right? I was still living at home. Things were good. But now, like, in retrospect, I'm 7 years later, I'm broke as fuck. Every time I masturbate, I'm like, could have been $200, dipshit. Stroke it twice, I'm like, here's the rent, sorry it sucked. It's like, I'm doing it anyway, why aren't I getting paid? Should have taken advantage, you know? So, I am a feminist. I'm a male feminist. And a lot of guys are scared of the word feminism. They think it means that girls are better than men. It doesn't, guys. It's about equality. Women and men are equal. Equal but different in some ways. And I'll get into that later. However, part of my mission as a male feminist is to, like, spread some knowledge about women that people don't know. Like women inventors. Nobody knows about female inventors. But women have invented some of the most amazing things. Amazing things. Like, guys, most of the things we invent either kill people or they're completely fucking useless. Women invent stuff that, like, saves lives. It's like common sense stuff. You're like, how did this not exist before? Like, a woman invented leukemia medication. Not even joking about that. Like, prior to that, the medical field was dominated by men. And, like, you were fucked if you had leukemia, man. You go to the doctor, there's like a line of people. He's like, what's wrong with you? Broken leg, here's a cast. What's wrong with you? Eczema, here's some cream. What's wrong with you? Leukemia? Ooh, pass. But here's a lollipop, and then this female doctor is like, or, instead of giving him a lollipop and sending him off to die, maybe we could invent some medicine. The guy's like, medicine? What am I, a doctor? Oh, wait, that's bad. Women invented life rafts. A woman invented life rafts. Like, what was happening prior to that? Like, every ship captain was just some crazy guy. Like, if this ship is to sink during our transoceanic voyage, we will perish in honor with her! And his wife was like, or... we can keep a smaller boat in the big boat. And those of us that don't want to be entombed in the Laurentian abyss or tread water until we're eaten by giant tuna have another option. You psychopath. Women invented the circular saw. You'd thought a man invented that, right? But no, a woman invented the circular saw. And I imagine it's probably like a frontier sort of woman, right? And she's like in her like half-finished log cabin, like watching her dumbass husband and son try to saw a log for 3 hours with one of those two-man saws. And she's just like, oh, this sucks. So she goes outside, she's like, hey guys, listen, you know, this is taking really long, and, I mean, winter's coming, the house isn't finished, we've already lost 2 kids to badgers, like... Maybe just go a little faster, and the husband was like, this is the fastest way to cut wood that will ever exist, forever! And she's like, or... Thought you'd say that, so I drew up this diagram. Now, it's circular, as you notice, and if you look right here, you'll see that you're a moron! Use this, it'll be faster! Women invented fire escapes. In 1887, a woman invented fire escapes. How long prior to 1887 have men been designing and building tall structures? This never came up in conversation. So it's like some architect in 1887. It's like, honey, look, this is the first 10-story apartment building in the world! And she's like, wow, that's awesome. So if people live on the 10th floor, what happens if the 9th floor catches fire? And he's like, how simple of you. Burning alive is one of the risks of renting. People get this. She was like, or... we could build a ladder on the outside of the building that people can climb out of. And he's like, yes, of course, made of wood. And she's like, no, close. But let's keep working on that. And maybe we could market these places as living quarters instead of fiery death traps. May sell more of them that way. I'm not really sure about that. Like I said men and women are equal, but men and women are different too. Orgasms is what I want to talk about tonight. Sorry, I'm upsetting your wife, sir.
I do it every night.
So we'll keep going. So, orgasms, man. Women have different kinds of orgasms. That's awesome. I envy that. Like, you can describe your orgasms differently. There's different ones. That's awesome. Like, my girlfriend has described her orgasms previously. She's like, oh, that one was like a surging river. Or that one was like a comet entering the atmosphere. I didn't give her either of those, by the way. That wasn't me. That was But still, man, the point remains that she can describe different types of orgasms. I can't do that. Guys can't do that. We have one type of orgasm. We're going to describe it in the same way. It's like, oh, it's kind of like one of those party poppers that shoots confetti. It's like, pop, ooh, oh, now clean up the mess. Before I moved to the Northwest, I grew up in Southern California, in Los Angeles, and I still go back to visit every now and then. And I was down there last summer, and I was walking around downtown, and actually, like, I got like mugged. It sucked. Like, this guy jumps out from behind a dumpster, and he's got a knife, and he was just like, "Give me all your money and don't fuck around." And I was thinking to myself, the macho part of myself was like, all right, I'm a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I have an undefeated kickboxing record. I could probably take this guy. But then the smaller portion of my brain, the intelligent portion of my brain, was like, when you're kickboxing, you're not at risk of getting stabbed. Maybe we should figure out another way to deal with this predator. And I was like, fuck, how do we deal with like an attacker like this? So I did the only thing I could think of. And he stabbed me.